So we're here with Norm, and Norm is going to show us how to use the TEXT2DRIVE Mobile Operations Module on both an iPhone and an Android. In fact, it actually works on a Windows phone, and it also works on different tablets. But for the sake of this particular little demonstration, I think, Norm, let's have you show us first how to obtain the TEXT2DRIVE app if you're on an Android phone. Okay?
Sure.
If you could go through that, I'd appreciate it.
So on an Android device, you're just going to look for the Play Store. It's this little multicolored triangle icon right here. Click on that. Type up here just TEXT2DRIVE, and that's what the number 2. Hit enter, and will be the first one you see. Here's our little red badge right there letting you know it's us. Go ahead and tap that icon. Now all you have to do is hit install right here. Wait just a few moments while it downloads.
Now, Norm, what I wanted to ask you, another question I wanted to ask, if a person, an employee is at work, the best practice for them to just log into the dealership's Wi-Fi, that way there's no data charges, is that correct?
That's right. As long as you're connected to Wi-Fi, we'll always prefer that over your phone's data plan.
Okay. And another thing, anything that takes place using the mobile app will end up being logged into the TEXT2DRIVE platform itself, so anybody in the dealership can view whatever you've done, pictures or videos or communications of any kind. Is that true?
Correct. This is just an extension of the desktop version that you're used to.
Okay, so go right ahead. I'm sorry.
It's already downloaded here. All you have to do is go ahead and just click open.
Now we're at a particular screen I can see. Now, what is this screen called?
This is the login page for the TEXT2DRIVE app.
Now, the login, is that something unique, or would that be the same login that a person would use if they were using TEXT2DRIVE on a computer?
We wanted to make this easy for you. So this is actually the exact same username and password that you would use to log into the desktop version.
Now, I see two buttons. One says Remember Me, and one says Show Password. Now, tell me about those.
So remember me here, this is going to keep you logged into the app. So if you come back later, we're going to know it's you, and we're just going to log you right back in.
Okay.
Show password. Sometimes when you're typing out passwords on these phones, you can make a little typo here. So just in case you're having any trouble, we did give you the ability to see your own password as you're typing it in. Obviously, don't show it to your friends when you're typing it.
Could you turn those on just for the sake of this
Sure, you just tap right here, right on those little icons.
Now, why don't you show us how we get into TEXT2DRIVE Mobile Module?
Click right here, type in your username.
So this would be the same name you would use on your computer?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Then here you'll be able to type in your password. So as you can see, as long as you have that selected, you can actually see the password as it's going.
Oh, that's very helpful.
I'm gonna have to reset this one.
I noticed we're on a screen, and at the bottom there are 4 icons that I'm seeing right now. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay,
So
could you go us through real quickly, without going into each of them, just sort of generally tell me what they are?
Sure. So down here you've got our cell chat, which is just basically a text. You're just going to send it off to the customer's phone.
Okay.
It's just a one-to-one conversation. Down here you've got employee chat, which is a message between you and any of your coworkers.
Okay.
And over here we've got group chat, which is a message between you and many of your coworkers.
Okay.
You can set up individual rooms. Lastly, we just have the settings button over here, which you can change between different dealerships if you work for more than one.
At the far right-hand top of that screen, I see something that looks like maybe a little pencil or something like that. What is that?
That's right. So this little pencil icon is just our icon to get you started texting. Click right here, and you can choose to either enter a phone number or you can search for the customer by name.
Now, at the bottom of the screen, I see phone number and I see customer. So are you saying you could enter a number or you could search for a customer if it's in the database of your dealership? You could do either one.
That's right. Anything that's in the TEXT2DRIVE platform, we can search for that customer by name or by number.
How about if we use this phone number for the sake of this, 630-347-5979.
Okay.
And what do we do now? Then what happens?
Just go ahead and hit start once you've entered that number.
Now, I also notice now that some of those icons, a couple of them have changed a little bit. We've got something that looks like a camera. We've got one that looks like some kind of a landscape or something. And then there's like 4 lines. Could you tell us, first of all, what are the 4 lines? What do they mean? What is that?
Those 4 lines are to get to your templates. If you click on that, it's going to bring up any of the templates stored for your department and your dealership.
Oh, so if you need to tell somebody your car is ready, or your parts are in, or we need authorization, you can use any of those, and they're all I notice it says cuss name and stuff like that. What is that? Why is that there? What does that do?
We call these variables. It's there for your convenience. What this is going to do is try and automatically fill in the customer's first name or your own phone number down here in the case of user phone.
Okay.
So
now when you say try, does it or does it try to?
Oh, it always does. If we don't have a name for the customer, it's just going to fill in a blank space.
Okay, it'll just say hi and okay.
Exactly.
Now I noticed now what just happened is I see at the bottom of the screen there is some information, and over to the right I see a round red circle. It looks like a white paper airplane in there. What is that for?
That's right. That's for sending your message off. So you go ahead and click on that, and it'll go right to your customer's phone.
Okay, great. And then so now, as far as we know, that message has been delivered.
And if you notice, once we hit send, the name's filled in. So now it says, hi, Greg,
yeah.
And it's got my phone number here listed as well.
So if somebody were to reply back to you, Norm, would that show up in your module also?
That's right. I would get that message either on the desktop or on this phone as well, logged into the mobile app.
If somebody does reply, let's see what happens now.
Here we go. So I see Greg got my message and you just sent me one back.
I noticed, Norm, that at the bottom of that screen I see some different icons. I see like a telephone. I see the 4 lines on the far right, but I see a camera and then I see that landscape thing. What is the camera for?
These are a couple great features of ours. You can click on this camera to either take a video or a photo right at that moment.
So would the user just choose or press photo or press the word video and then they'd be in that mode, so to speak?
That's right. It's as simple as that. You just select which one you want to do.
Can we try a photo right now?
Sure.
Okay, so now can we aim it at something and maybe take a picture?
Yeah, let's see what we got. We're just in the office here. We'll just take a picture of our whiteboard.
Okay.
Go ahead and click on that white button down there.
And then what'll happen?
All right, now you'll see 2 options up at the top, either retry or OK.
Okay,
if you want that picture, if it looks good to you, of course, just go ahead and click OK. All right, now you see the picture is loaded here. You can write an extra text to the customer, or you can just click that paper airplane icon again and send it off.
So if you'd like, you could add some comment to the photo you're sending.
Absolutely. Let the customer know what they're about.
You told me, though, that you can also do video, which is an important part of the Mobile Operations Module. So could you show us that, please?
You can. That's a great new feature we're proud of. Click on that camera icon again. Click on video this time.
And then what do you do?
All you have to do, click this little red record button down here, and your video started. So right now we're just taking a video of the conference room, but ideally you want to shoot a video of a car.
Just so we can see some movement. Okay.
Or maybe even the service work you're about.
And you can shoot, what, a minute's worth of video?
That's right. You can see on there that you have up to 1 minute worth of filming at a time.
Okay. So I see there's an arrow there, so you conceivably could review that before you do anything, right?
Absolutely.
You could see it, and watch it.
You're going to want to know what you're about to send to your customer.
Okay.
So if you click there, you can preview the video.
Okay.
Once you previewed it, go ahead and press back.
And now that's great. That's a great feature. And then what?
And it'll bring up the same 2 options you had before. If you don't like it, you can retry. In this case, we'll just hit OK. There, it's loaded up the video. And
so
again,
just like the photo, it loads first, takes a little time, and then when you're ready, what do you do then?
When you're ready, you can either enter a message for the customer, or you can just send off that video.
So again, it's always using the little red circle with the white paper airplane in it. You also had said, while we're waiting for this video to load, you mentioned earlier when we first were looking at this, that there is something about employee chat or internal chat, something like that. I'd like to go over that once the video is done processing. I'd like to take a look at that whole set of features that you can use also, from the Mobile Operations Module. Can you get me back to where that internal chat screen was?
Sure, let's just hit our back arrow.
Okay.
And here we've got the choices again. So in this case, let's do employee chat.
I noticed there's a list of names. Now those are people that work at, it says T2D Support Service, is that correct?
Right, these are people in our support department helping you out on the day-to-day basis.
And I see some of them are green. Does that mean they're logged in?
Exactly. So when somebody's logged in, it turns green and says online. Otherwise, it remains gray and says offline.
Could you maybe press on one of the people you think might be available?
Absolutely. Let's try Brian here.
And then you can send him a message, all internal.
Hi, Brian.
And this is all recorded also, right? Within the platform, a manager could go back and view all the internal communications too.
Yes, anything you do on this app gets logged within TEXT2DRIVE just the same way.
Great. Let me ask you this, Norm. Let's just say you wanted to send a photo or a video or something you have stored on your phone. You wanted to send that internally to Brian. And I guess the main reason is, I think we're going to see later that a service technician can use this and video or photograph a car or work they're doing, and then they'll be able to internally forward that video, information, photo, whatever, to a service advisor who can review it and then send it on to a customer. Is that true?
That's right. That's one of the good uses here.
So if we wanted to send Brian, let's say, a picture internally, how would we do that?
So we can either take the picture.
Oh, Brian answered.
Brian just responded. It looks just like any other message you would get.
Yeah.
Just chimes right in.
Okay.
So we can either take a new picture right from here like we saw before, or using this little button that looks like a landscape, as Greg pointed out, you can select a picture that you've already
That's
taken.
already stored in your system. You can find one in your photos or something like that. I see.
So in this case, we'll just send them over one we got loaded up.
Okay. And that's all internal.
And that's all internal. So
But it's all still recorded so that a manager or even the employee can view exactly what they sent or what they did.
That's right. You have access to full reporting for any of these messages.
You also mentioned something about a group chat capability.
Yeah.
That seems like a very handy thing, like if you want to communicate with more than one of your employees at one time, or maybe a manager wants to set up a chat room. How would they do that?
That's exactly what we had in mind for group chat. So you just come back to the main menu, click down here for group chat.
Is that the little red icon I'm seeing?
Yeah, once you click on it, it turns red.
Okay,
Otherwise, you
I
can see here.
Oh, very good. Okay.
All you have to do here, you can either join one of the rooms you may already be in. So for example, we've got our Chicago Cars chat. This is just all the people within TEXT2DRIVE in one chat room. Or you can click up here in the upper right and start a new room.
There's a plus sign. Oh, look at that.
All you have to do is give it a name. So
let's give it a name. We can call it, what is it, Thursday? Thursday?
Sure,
or Thursday
chat. Okay, Thursday chat. And anybody can do this. You don't have to be a manager. Go ahead and click Create Room. We'll create the room for you.
So now how do I invite people to my room?
So to invite people to room, first you head there. So let's take a look. Here's Thursday chat. Click up here in the upper right
There's
to
a little
see the
character,
roster.
like a little character person. That's the roster. Okay.
That's right. Here we can see it's just me right now.
Okay.
If I want to add a new one in, I just click this little plus symbol.
Oh, that's pretty easy. Why don't you add a couple people?
Automatically going to pull up everybody in the dealerships you're associated with. And you can just click on the people, individual or more than one, that you want to add to the room. All right, once you've got that figured out, you just click up here where it says send.
Now what's actually going to be sent as far as you know, Norm?
So they're going to get a little message saying they've been added to the room. Otherwise, the next time they log into TEXT2DRIVE, they'll receive a little message that pops up and say you've been added to the Thursday chat room.
Oh, okay. So you can do all this from the mobile operations module. You don't even have to be on your computer to set up a group chat.
You don't have to be, no.
So why don't we stop here, and then we'll start and show people how to use the iPhone for the mobile operations module.
Sounds great.
Thanks, Norm.